Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable podcast. It is Tuesday, December 30th. 2 more days left in the freaking year. Oh my God, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. We're gearing up for the new year, And today happens to be happy birthday to the one and only Tiger Woods. It's a landmark birthday for Tiger Woods. He turned 50 years old today. 50, the big 50. You know, I don't know how I feel about this guy. He's a great golfer. He was a golfer. But seems in one way it seems like Tiger Woods has been around forever. Remember when we saw him on the Mike Douglas show? He was only just a little kid hitting the golf ball there, and everybody was making a big fuss over him. It's hard to believe he is 50 years old already. But in another way, it just seems like that was yesterday, too. So I don't know how to take it. It does seem like he's been around forever. And to think he's only 50, yeah, he's able to join the senior circuit now. He could play golf against the old fogies like me. So happy birthday, Tiger Woods. I'll tell you one thing, he's had some, oh God, his wife, his wife, beautiful. And then he was dating that Lindsey Vonn. Remember that? Ever heard of the skier? Oi, oi, oi. So, and now he's got this son. What's the son's name? Henry? I forget. Hank? I don't know. But the son is 16 years old. And getting to be a hell of a golfer too, like his old man. So maybe the son will carry on the legacy of the Woods family, right? Who knows? We'll see. And today, hello, Coco. Come on in and wish everybody a happy new year, damn it. Go, go. Go, go. Today is National Bacon Day. Bacon. One of my favorite things on the moon, huh? Even though it's fatty and it's really not good for you. It tastes so good. And what I love about bacon is the aroma. You can wake up in the morning and Sonny's fried bacon in the kitchen, in the frying pan, and that smell it's like coffee in the morning. It just wakes up, it makes you get out of bed. The bacon, you can put bacon over anything, my late brother, Chuck, God rest his soul, was a bacon connoisseur. He could eat, I've seen him, he ate 33 strips of bacon in one setting. 33. He loved his bacon. But bacon's good on anything, right? I just had it recently it was Christmas Eve. We had steaks and bacon wrapped around it. Boy, did that give that steak a different flavor. Oh, you had the steak taste, but then you had the bacony taste too. And it was really good. Oh, it was good. So happy National Bacon Day. Have some bacon today, huh? Even if you get these little bacon bits and sprinkle them all over your salad. Well, we're going to talk about the Eagles. And, Eagles, what a tight game Sunday against those Buffalo Bills, huh? Eagles pulled it out in the end. But what is it about the Eagles now? They get off to such great starts. They were winning 13-0 at halftime, and then they have trouble in the second half again. I mean, we've seen this movie before. Remember when the Eagles played Dallas and in Dallas, and they were up 21 points, and the Cowboys came back and beat them. Well, same thing almost happened Sunday against the Bills. It was rainy and sloppy and windy. Oh, it was awful. Awful day. But the Birds had him down 13-0, and then Buffalo clawed back. And if it wasn't for a failed 2-point conversion at the very end, they may have beaten the Eagles, but wasn't meant to be. It was sort of a meaningless game for the Birds. It did knock Buffalo out of the chance to win the AFC East, which is unusual, you know. I mean, it's the first time in something like 8 years since the Bills haven't won the East. The New England Patriots don't look them, but the Patriots, the Patriots, I think Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, now all of a sudden they're back to 13-3. They may go to the freaking Super Bowl. Anyway, I just, even though Buffalo's going to be a wild card, I don't know. I have a feeling that the Eagles and Bills might hook up again. Remember, the Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be cool? You got your Eagles in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. Then you got your Bills there for the first time in a long time. Bills have never won a Super Bowl before. That would be very dramatic, but we'll see. A long way to go. So the Eagles could still get the number 2 seed in the NFC, but they have to beat Washington on Sunday, which I think they will. And they have to hope that the Bears lose at home to the Lions. I don't think there's a good chance of that happening, especially with the game being played outdoors. Ugh. The Lions, what a disappointment for the Lions. Right? Everybody and his brother thought the Lions were going to be a force this year. Maybe make the Super Bowl. They came so close the last couple of years, but wasn't meant to be. So, as it turned out, the Lions were a paper towel. Okay? Well, so I don't know. I think, Eagles will probably stay at the 3 seed, and if they do, they're probably going to play the Rams or the 49ers. Now, it will be in Philadelphia. That's the good thing. I actually think the Eagles have a better chance against the Rams. Why? Because they've beaten the Rams the last few times. The Rams coming east to play in this cold weather. Hopefully we'll get some snow like last year when the Eagles played the Rams in the playoffs. And the Rams are like a duck out of water. What you take them out of that dome, that controlled atmosphere, and they're just not the same Rams team. They are dangerous. They have a really good offense, but I don't know. I'd rather play the Rams. I really would. I think we have the Rams number. And plus, I always like a team that's hot going into the playoffs, no matter what sport. It could be baseball, it could be hockey, football. I like a team that's hot going into the playoffs. And that's San Francisco, unfortunately. If they win again this week, which will be against Seattle Saturday night, if they do, San Francisco gets to be they win the NFC West. They win the West. And, but, so it's conceivable the Eagles could play the Seahawks too, which again would be a West Coast team coming east, playing in our weather. So, I don't know. I'm afraid of the 49ers because it seems like they're getting their act together, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle is always a handful. Brock Purdy seems like he's starting to play a lot better. And I don't know. I just don't want to play the 49ers. I just don't. Yeah. But we'll see. Everything's going to shake down this weekend. There's going to be some really good games. I mean, Saturday, you've got the 49ers Seahawks. And then don't forget, you have the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The winner of that takes the NFC South. And then Sunday night, to cap off the whole regular season, you've got Pittsburgh hosting Baltimore. What a rivalry. And whoever wins that game will win the AFC North. And can't ask for more. So it's coming down to the end, guys. And, it'll be some interesting playoffs this year. Kansas City is not in it. Isn't it going to be weird, though, not seeing the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, huh? I mean, love them or hate them, the Chiefs were always there. You always had a game with the Chiefs. You only had to get by the Chiefs if you were in the AFC to get to the Super Bowl. Well, you don't have to worry about that this year. The AFC is wide open. So it is going to be different. It's going to be different. Not to have to go through Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl. Uh, the whole league is wide open. I mean, look at the NFC. The Eagles have just as good of a chance as anybody. I mean, they could beat the Rams. They could beat the 49ers, the Packers. They could beat the Packers or the Seahawks. Um, you know, it's wide open. And on the other hand, any of those teams could conceivably beat the Eagles. I like the Eagles' chances because their defense is stepping up now this time of the year. And that's how you win playoff games. It's defense and it's having a good, solid running game, especially if you do live in a cold weather city like Philadelphia. You have to be able to run the ball. You're not going to find too many playoff games 38-35 because teams are usually a little more conservative in the playoffs. And so, if you're able to run the ball, you've got a good chance. And the Eagles do. Despite their troubles on offense, they still have Saquon Barkley, still have A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. We've got those weapons. It's really up to the offensive line to block for Saquon, to pass block for Jalen Hurts. It's been the line all year. Basically, that's it. That's the main reason why the Eagles' offense hasn't been as good. It really hasn't been Jalen Hurts. It really hasn't been the receivers. Saquon Barkley, I don't think he's really lost a step. I mean, look at him. If he gets out in the open, he could outrun anybody. I think it's the offensive line that has cost the Eagles this year. And so let's hope that Lane Johnson comes back and the boys start to get a little healthy. So we'll have plenty of time to talk Eagles and playoffs then. And I'll be back again after the new year. We'll talk about the Eagles playing the Washington Commanders on Sunday at 4:25 and what their prospects look like for the playoffs and beyond. So I would like to talk about the Phillies aren't doing the damn thing. I get a feeling the Phillies are waiting for JT Realmuto to make up his damn. I mean, the Phillies apparently put an offer on the table. JT, take it or leave it. Come on. This guy's not making up his mind. And by not making up his mind, he's holding up the Phillies from doing some other things they're going to do. I mean, if JT is going to sign, the Phillies are going to look elsewhere for a catcher. And that may free up some money for them to try to bring back Ranger Suarez, Harrison Bader, any of those guys. But I think everything hinges on JT. They really want him back, and I think he does want to come back. But he's just testing the waters. Maybe somebody will make him a better deal. I don't know, but I don't like it because catching, it's so important. But we don't have that, we don't have prospects in down on the farm as far as catchers are concerned. So if JT doesn't want to come back, I'm afraid we're going to have to make a few trades there. We'll see what happens. But as we sit here on this cold, windy December the 30th, my heart goes out for baseball. Can't wait for spring training to start, and I can't wait for the first regular season game at Citizens Bank Park. What a season it's going to be. We have the All-Star game coming in Philly. We have all kinds of other activities to go with it. So it's going to be a special season if we're Phillies. So a lot to look forward to on the horizon. All right, everybody, have a great day. Have a great week. If I don't talk to you, have a happy new year, everybody. And we're just staying home. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. I think people are staying home, having their own little parties at home, celebrating the way they want to celebrate. And after the ball drops and 12, you go to bed. Get too old, stay out till 4 o'clock in the morning. Not that I ever did. But anyway. All right, everybody, take care, peace and love. See you probably after the New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. A happy, healthy to everyone. Take care. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.